They say curiosity killed the cat. Good thing I've got 9 lives. That's new. And weird. I like weird. Okay, definitely weird. Oh, my whiskers.
Stranger, state your business in Catopia.
Sightseeing just fell through my closet.
The prophecy speaks of a cat from another world to save us.
Do I get a throne? Maybe some royal treats?
If you survive the trials, perhaps? Catopia was peaceful until appeared.
Let me guess. Big, loud, terrifying?
Exactly.
Kid, I barely chose to get out of bed.
The sucking beast returns.
All right, Dust Muncher, you messed with the wrong cat.
Use your powers, Chosen One.
Powers? What powers? Powers? What powers? Cats! All hail the Chosen One!
Stay, rule Catopia.
I could get used to this, but who's going to knock glasses off tables back home? I'll miss this. But someone has to annoy my human.
Gap 3S. As the cat wandered through Catopia, a glimmer caught its eye. Behind a waterfall, an entrance to a hidden realm appeared. Curiosity piqued. The cat stepped into a world of ancient secrets and powerful artifacts. The air was thick with mystery, and the walls were adorned with cryptic symbols. Each step revealed new challenges, a bridge of light over a bottomless chasm, puzzles that required wit and agility. But with each challenge came revelations. Gap 3S. In this realm, the cat discovered the true history of Catopia, a land once ruled by feline guardians, protectors of powerful artifacts that could change the very fabric of their world. Gap 3S. But with great power came great responsibility. The cat realized that these secrets were not meant for just anyone. They were a test of worthiness. Gap 3S. With newfound knowledge and a heart full of determination, the cat knew it was time to leave this hidden realm. The journey had changed it, but its mission remained the same. Gap 3S. To return to its world and to its human. Gap 3S. With one last look at the ancient artifacts, the cat stepped back into Catopia, ready for whatever lay ahead. As the cat emerged from the hidden realm back into Catopia, it found itself in a sacred grove, bathed in an otherworldly light. In the center of the grove, ancient feline guardians appeared, their eyes shimmering with wisdom and power. The guardians spoke in unison, revealing the cat's destiny. The cat was chosen to restore balance to Catopia. They bestowed a mystical amulet, granting extraordinary powers. With newfound strength, the cat was ready to protect its world. With a final glance at the sacred grove, the cat set off on its adventure. As Bob emerged from the sacred grove, the atmosphere in Catopia had shifted. The air was thick with tension, and a sense of impending doom loomed over the land. The sucking beast had grown more powerful, its dark presence casting long shadows across the realm. With the mystical amulet glowing brightly, Bob knew the final confrontation was inevitable. As he made his way towards the heart of Catopia, the ground trembled beneath his paws. In a clearing surrounded by towering trees, the two adversaries finally faced each other. The sucking beast snarled, its eyes burning with malevolence. Bob stood firm, his eyes reflecting determination and wisdom. The battle began with a deafening roar. Bob unleashed the powers of the amulet, summoning ancient energies that clashed with the dark force of the sucking beast. With a surge of power, Bob channeled the amulet's energy into a decisive strike. The sucking beast let out a final roar before collapsing into mist. The land of Catopia began to heal, the dark clouds lifting and the light returning. Bob stood victorious, his heart swelling with pride and relief. With the battle won, Bob knew it was time to return to his world, where his human awaited him. With a final glance at the now peaceful realm, Bob took a deep breath and prepared to return to reality, knowing that he would always carry a piece of Catopia with him. Gap 3S. As the dust settled and the last remnants of the sucking beast faded away, the inhabitants of Catopia emerged from their hiding places. The air was filled with cheers and joyous meows, celebrating Bob's incredible victory. He had saved Catopia, and the gratitude of its citizens was immeasurable. Gap 3S, a grand ceremony was held in Bob's honor. The Guardians, who had bestowed the mystical amulet upon him, now stood by his side, their eyes filled with pride. The leader of the Guardians stepped forward, a regal cat with a coat as white as snow. Gap 3S. Bob, you have shown immense courage and wisdom, the leader declared. You have proven yourself worthy of leading Catopia. We offer you the throne to rule as our king and protector. Gap 3S. Bob's heart swelled with pride, yet he felt a pang of conflict. The throne was a great honor, but his mind drifted back to his human, waiting for him in the world he had left behind. Could he abandon his old life for this new one? Gap 3S. The crowd fell silent as Bob pondered the weight of the decision before him. The vision of his human, the warmth of their companionship, and the simple joys of their life together tugged at his heart. Gap 3S. Finally, Bob spoke, his voice steady but filled with emotion. I am deeply honored by your offer, but my place is with my human. They need me as much as Cutopia does. I vow to always protect this realm, but I must return to my world. Gap 3SS. The Guardians nodded in understanding, their eyes reflecting both sadness and respect. You have made a wise choice, Bob. You will always be welcome in Cutopia, and your bravery will be remembered for generations. Gap 3S. With a heavy heart yet a clear mind, Bob bid farewell to the realm he had saved. The citizens of Cutopia bowed in respect, their eyes filled with gratitude as he made his way back to the portal that would return him to his human. Gap 3S. Gap 3S. Bob stood before the shimmering portal, the gateway that would take him back to his human. He turned to face the citizens of Cutopia one last time, his heart heavy but resolute. Gap 3S. I promise to return whenever you need me, Bob declared, his voice carrying both strength and tenderness. Cutopia will always hold a special place in my heart. Farewell, my friends. Gap 3S. The crowd of cats, their eyes glistening with tears, raised their paws in a collective salute. The Guardians stepped forward, their regal presence commanding respect. Bob, you will always be our hero, the leader proclaimed. Your courage and kindness have forever changed our world. Gap 3S. Bob nodded, a bittersweet smile playing on his lips. He took a deep breath and stepped towards the portal. As he crossed the threshold, the vibrant world of Cutopia began to fade, replaced by the familiar surroundings of his home. Gap 3S. The portal closed behind him with a soft hum, leaving Bob standing in his living room. He looked around, taking in the comforting sights and sounds of his old life. A sense of peace washed over him, knowing that he had made the right choice. Gap 3S. Gap 3S. As the portal closed behind Bob, the room around him seemed both familiar and foreign. He glanced around, the echoes of his adventure still vivid in his mind. Gap 3S. What an incredible journey, he murmured to himself. Gap 3S. Bob walked over to his favorite spot by the window. Now those dreams had a face and a name, Cutopia. Gap 3S. He knew that his life would never be the same again. The mundane routines of his old world felt like a distant memory. Gap 3S. I wonder what they're doing right now, Bob thought. He could almost hear the playful chatter of the cats. Gap 3S. One day, he whispered, I'll return. And when I do, I'll be ready for whatever challenges await. Gap 3S. With a renewed sense of purpose, Bob turned away from the window. He knew that while his adventure in Cutopia had ended, the lessons and friendships he had gained would guide him. Gap 3S. The future was uncertain, but Bob felt a sense of excitement. He was no longer just an ordinary cat. He was a hero, a guardian, and a friend to an entire world. Gap 3S. And with that thought, Bob stepped forward, ready to face whatever the future held. Gap 3S.
Home sweet home, human Bob, seriously? Yeah, I missed this too.